Right. Okay, this is going to be an introduction to my channel, hopefully, and the first real video that I talk about. This channel was obviously made for my motocross journey and any videos that I might decide to make as we go along. It's going to be low-key, not too much work from my side, because hey, we get 3 views, that'll be awesome. So I entitled this video, Why Motocross Over 50 Years Old? And well, I'm over 50 years old, but there's a bit of a backstory as to how I got here, how I got the bike, and how I'm getting started on this journey. First of all, my motocross history. There's a lot of backstory that I have, obviously from my first ride on a motorbike to how I got into motocross, etc. But I think that for this video, the most important thing is that when I was, I don't know, about 13-ish, I got into motocross on an RM80, and yeah, it was a pretty clutch out 1982 model with this broken back suspension and all that, bit of a hard thing. But to me, that was the most awesome bike in the world. It was super fast, and it really was amazing. But anyway, I digress. From there I moved up to a KX100, which was probably the best power to weight ratio bike. I don't even know if even today, in terms of how much it output. And to be frank, the thing scared me to bits when I first got it. It took a bit of getting used to, because the thing would take off quite quickly, and it's kind of got some similarities to the KX250 that I got in some ways. But so I raced there, and I also got a KX125 eventually for about a year or so before I quit. And that was sort of late teenage years, just the end of high school pretty much. So I stopped motocross. There's many stories to tell about motocross, my history. But I suppose at this point, the reason I named my channel The First Back Marker is because I pretty much was always the back marker. It's kind of that slow. I didn't work out or spend much time getting my cardio up. So when you're lazy and you do one fast lap, that doesn't help in a race, because you always end up last. So anyway, that's why I called it that. I thought it was quite funny, because first as in, yeah, you're a winner, but the last guy through. So anyway, that's the name of the channel. Spoiler. So fast forward to many years, probably about, I don't know, 10 years ago now, I every night I would wake up and I'd have dreams about riding particularly my KX100 in weird things, and night after night have dreams of just the feeling of riding, and that awesome feeling. Eventually I thought, no, screw this, I've got to do something. So I decided a practical thing to do would be to get a road bike and sort of go commuting. So I got myself an RG150, which is a 2-stroke, and that bike was awesome, little ripper of a bike for that time. And I used to scream it to work every day, scream it back, and it kind of scratched that itch that I had to some degree. And I didn't have those dreams anymore, because I had the feeling of riding a bike, and I was quite happy. And yeah, from there I went on to sort of road racing. I got an SV1000 and did a few track days, and then moved on to a GSXR 600. That's a side story, probably going to leave it at that. But I did get quite along in road, not racing, but should I say road, like track days and stuff. Also did a little bit of bucket racing. That was quite fun, but just getting the bike ready was a bit of a pain back then. I think it was on an FXR 150. Not, again, a great little bike, lots of fun. But anyway, kids came along, and I got tired of paying money on repairs on the bike and doing track days, because it was dangerous, and I didn't want to die and leave the kids. But they're getting older now, and I'm kind of happy to take a few more risks. So more recently, I've been without a bike for a while, but I've been watching a bit of motocross on TV, and found a few YouTube channels with some old guys over 50, and I never thought that I would see guys 50, 60, 70, well, I don't think I've seen an 80-year-old, but pretty much going on an age riding, off-road, like trails, and even doing some motocross. I was quite surprised. So I thought, well, let me give this a go, and see how we can pretty much get into it again. which is kind of crazy. But I thought, yeah, so one of the motivators for me was the fact that I'm sitting here every Saturday morning and just watching TV, watching YouTube all day and doing nothing, trying to recover, and it's like, I've got to do something. I've done some gym work, and I've done a little bit of cycling, but there's no real motivator, and I thought, what can motivate me? And I thought, well, maybe, getting back on a motorbike would be a good way to keep fit, because it's very physical, and I thought it might be quite a nice thing to do for general fitness, get me out of the house, get me connecting with other guys, and just having a bit of me time and fun, and something to work towards. So I thought, before I go and spend thousands of dollars on trailers and motorbikes and everything, well, let me see if I can hire a bike and give it a go, because maybe it's not, I'm sort of thinking it's all, maybe I'm thinking it's all like, what's the word for it? Maybe I'm all nostalgic or something like that, and not really thinking it through properly. So I went down to this place called Thundercross, and again, this is a whole full video of something else which we'll probably deal with later, that experience. But I hired a bike, KLX 230, and jumped on that and had an absolute ball of a time. It was just like the old feelings came back, and after a little while I was kind of doing all of the same movements and seat bouncing. Not that the track is very fancy, but the same old muscle memory came back to me, and I felt really good and enjoyed that very much. Also, the fear of almost falling off multiple times. Yeah. So, but that's another story. But there we go. Yeah, that's kind of what brought me here, and that's really it. So, long story short, I've in a matter of short time I bought a trailer on Trade Me, which was quite a good price, and not long after that managed to score the KX 250, which I have, and quite glad to get on that, because I rode a KX 250 years ago when I was doing motocross. Some guy, when I couldn't even get a stand on the thing, put me on it, sort of putted around the track trying to hold on to the thing. It was just crazy. But there's another video which I'll have on the actual bike itself and what it is like to ride it. But it's an awesome bike. It's really a lot more user friendly than I thought it would be, and not as scary. I mean, it's scary, but not for me. It's not as scary as I thought it would be, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So anyway, that's a quick introduction to things, and hopefully you'll see more videos from me soon, and we'll go from there. But for now, enjoy. See ya.